Hello, my name is Chloe, welcome to my channel. Today I'm bringing to you my December TBR. So I felt fully appropriate in getting the Christmas jumper out because it's still the end of November when I'm filming this, but Christmas, need the Christmas jumper. This is probably my most inappropriate Christmas jumper, but it was also the first one I found and I haven't got all my Christmas stuff out yet. So we're gonna have to deal with the Christmas puddings. I mean, I think it's fun. So I actually don't have too many books to go through with you today, and that is because I'll be taking part in the Magical Readathon, the Winter Magical Readathon, which isn't exclusively Christmas themed, but it is a Hogwarts during the winter, so Christmas will be involved Readathon. This is obviously being hosted by G from Book Roast, and I will link her announcement video in the description for you if you have for some reason not seen it. The issue with this readathon for me is I really like planning. I like having books listed out. If I've got a lot going on in the month, I like to be able to choose a book for each day and try and get it done in those days. I hardly ever do, but I do like having that sort of plan. With this readathon is on the first day of the week, so it actually starts tomorrow on Sunday the 1st. We'll go online, we will have questions to answer, and that will give us the prompts for books to read in that week, which is fine, but I really like to plan. And I do have a couple of other books I would like to get read, so trying to figure out where these are going to fit into my month, it might be where I have some problems. We will see how it goes. So I actually can't tell you any of the books I'm going to be reading for that, which is fine. I am going to do weekly vlogs, so it technically goes on for 5 weeks and it stretches till the 4th of January, but I will be doing they're called like the chapters, so my chapter 1 vlog will go from Sunday the 1st to Saturday the 7th. Why was that difficult? And I will be I'll be doing the questions with you while I'm in the vlog, and then that will give me the prompts for the books I've got to read. So you will see a TBR each week. Hopefully. I don't see why not. Apart from that, I do, as I said, have a couple of books I want to get read. The first one is a big buddy read. I am starting with Brittany, and that is for all of Cassandra Clare's books. So the first book is obviously going to be City of Bones. This is my really lovely 10th anniversary edition, which I absolutely adore. It has fan art in the front and the back. Yeah. Stuff in the back as well. The writing on the pages is absolutely huge. That's the only reason this book is so massive. I have been holding on to this special edition for a little while now. I did buy it this year at some point, but yeah, I haven't read it straight away. City of Bones is the one Cassandra Clare book that I have read countless times, but I just never seem to make it all the way through all of her books. And then the list of her books just gets longer and longer and longer. So with Brittany saying, why don't we read them all together, gives me the perfect time to get all of these read. If you've been living under a rock, City of Bones and the Mortal Instruments series is about a girl called Clary who finds out that she can see demons and shadow hunters. I mean, she doesn't know that her place in the world yet, but she can see things that other people can't, and it brings up a lot of questions. And there is also a shadow hunter named Jace. My favourite, when Jace is played by Jamie Campbell-Bower in the movie, I have a bit of a moment. So, really love this book, really like some of the characters. I may edit that whole section out because I went a little bit fangirly. Never mind. Just really like Jamie Campbell-Bower and Jace. So this book is going to be a good time. Then we have our pick for the Reading Between the Spines book group. I did mention this in my November wrap-up, probably my November TBR. I'll mention it here again. And again, I will link the Goodreads group in the description. But our pick for December is If We Were Villains by M.L. Rio. So I've really wanted to read this. I'm pretty sure that Lauren and Brittany have already read it and they absolutely love it. So it's definitely time for me to give it a go. I've been putting it off. So the fact we're reading it as a book club makes me more inclined to pick it up, finish it, and actually take in the information. So our pick for November was Little Fires Everywhere, and I did tab it up and annotate it. So I'm planning on doing the same thing to this book. This is about a guy called Oliver who has just served 10 years for a murder he may or may not have committed. On the day of his release, he is greeted by the detective who put him in prison. And yeah, detective wants to know what's going on. What happened? This does not seem like my usual cup of tea, but I know a lot of people really, really like it, so I'm willing to give it a go. We will see what happens. With these two books, I would love to start them tomorrow and get them read near the start of the month, but because of my next plans, and I won't be able to, and then I don't know when these are going to fit into the Magical Readathon, so I can try and fit them in the first couple of weeks. As long as I get them read by the end of the month, it'll be okay. So my only other plans are to take part in Tis-the-Season-a-thon, which is hosted by Heather from Bookables. I'll link her announcement video to that as well. So I took part in this last year and absolutely loved it. Only problem is that this is the 2nd to the 8th. So we're lapping over on 2 days of the Magical Readathon. So I'm going to have to try and plan well and try and definitely read a lot on the 8th. So one of these books needs to just get read on the 8th, so it counts as the second week. I'll work it out. But there are 5 prompts for this. There's also a group book, which I won't be reading, but that is 10 Blind Dates by Ashley Alston. I just didn't manage to get my hands on this, and the readathon starts on Monday, so doesn't matter. I don't need to take part. I am already reading 5 books in the week anyway. The first one being, the prompt was to read a book with snow on the cover, so I've gone for Snow Falling by Jane Gloriana Villanueva. So this is the book that Jane from Jane the Virgin writes. They've made it into a real book. I have been dying to read this, but haven't had an excuse. I wanted to read it. I don't even know, it's not even Christmas themed, I don't think. I really don't think it's Christmas themed, but snow. So this has actual snow on the cover and it has the word snow. So definitely fits for this prompt. It doesn't look too long, but it is historical fiction. It's a historical romance. Love romance. Not too sure about the historical part, but I'm thinking that because I can map it to characters in Jane the Virgin, that I will really, really love it because that is one of my favourite TV shows of all time. Next is to read a holiday-themed book, and I've gone for Let It Snow by John Green, Maureen Johnson and Lauren Miracle. So this is 3 separate holiday romances, and I'm pretty sure that they all link together at the end. This has just been turned into a Netflix film, so I definitely want to get this read at the start of Tis-the-Season-a-thon so I can then watch the film, because I really want to watch it. I don't really have another excuse. I guess this could be snow on the cover as well. It says the word snow and there's snowflakes. Why didn't I think about putting that all in, combining those prompts? Not the smartest cookie right now. So this is fine. I want to read it. I've had it for, I'm going to say at least 3 years, and I keep saying I'll read it at Christmas. So it finally needs to happen. Next is to read a book that you received as a gift, and I've gone for Tuck Everlasting by Natalie Babbitt. I was gifted this by Brittany when I was in America. She made a comment once after she saw photos of my family where she said they all looked very young, and then she asked if I'd read this book. I said no, and she's telling me I have to. This is a teeny tiny little book, so I'm really hoping I can speed through it. I am not great at reading. This isn't even... rude. This isn't even that old, but because I read so much contemporary, anything a little bit chunkier with words, I'm not the best at getting through quickly, so the fact that this is small is really going to help me, and I know that Brittany loves this book, so I really want to read it for her, and I want to enjoy it. Next is to read a book while enjoying a holiday treat, and I've gone for Stargirl by Jerry Spinelli. I only hauled this very recently, I want to say in October, and it's pretty short. I remember reading this when I was very young and thinking that it was so scandalous, and I really can't remember why. I want to read it to understand what was going through my head. This, because it's so short, I'm going to say that I'm going to read it while drinking hot chocolate. I could probably have 2 hot chocolates and smash this. I'm going to say I'm going to do that. If not, I'm going to spread it across a couple of nights and have a few nights of hot chocolate. So the last prompt is to read a book that is somehow related to music, and I've gone for Radio Silence by Alice Oseman. I picked this mainly because I wanted to have an audiobook in this readathon, just so I can read while I'm at work a little bit. That's literally the only reason, because I need to I need to work, but I also really want to read, so audiobooks are the only way to do that. Alice Oseman, I'm not too sure on yet because I read I Was Born for this in November and gave it 3.5 stars. So it's obviously not a bad rating, and I did find the audiobook very easy to listen to. So I'm hoping that's going to be the same for Radio Silence. Who knows? We will see. I'm also going to be that really irritating person who says, I know nothing about this book. I genuinely don't. I just know it has radio in the title and it's an audiobook written by Alice Oseman. So should be easy enough. So that is it for my official TBR. As I said, I'll be doing weekly vlogs for the Magical Readathon. So you'll be seeing my picks for that week as I read the prompts. That's starting tomorrow, so I'm really excited to get the prompts and finally choose some books because this stack needs working into it. Especially week 1 is going to be stressful to trying to do Tis-the-Season-a-thon and start the Magical Readathon. It's fine. I really hope there's some crossover. If not, I've got a busy week. But that is it for this video. Thank you for watching it. I really do hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one.